Hello everyone. Here I'm going to talk about tarot card borders. And typically when I talk tarot, it's part of my Tarot from a Christian series, and that's probably mostly what my focus concerning tarot will be. However, and it's mostly because there's so many people who vlog about all sorts of different things about tarot, but kind of this is a case, and it's like a Christian perspective is something very unique that's distinctly me, and that no one else, except for I've discovered one person, so to my knowledge, really talks about. So, but this is something about tarot that a lot of people talk about, but no one is given the opinion that I have. And I'm going to talk about tarot card borders. Now, most tarot enthusiasts just despise borders. Borders, the most evil, evil thing. Ooh, look at this. These borders are... They don't like borders. I mean, many of them, not necessarily with this deck, but many of them will trim the ends of these cards. Now, for me, what's kind of cool about this is I'm actually borrowing tarot decks that when I first found out about tarot, these two decks were basically the two decks that I found out about. This Morgan Greer, a standard Rider-Waite, and Morgan Greer. And so I think it's kind of cool that I'm using the two decks that I first discovered as a kid. But anyway, as a kid, between these two decks, how do I do this? I think this is a good example. Here, my preference between these two decks was very much in favor of this one. Because for me, at the time, it was like, having no borders, it cuts off the corners of the picture, and the caption, the title of the card, is right there. It covers part of the picture. The caption is outside, and because of the borders, the corners aren't cut off. That was my attitude as a kid. And as a side note about the Morgan Greer deck, I guess the Fool's a good example. I guess this will be all I'll show you. The Fool. This one, with the Fool, this one, it shows the full image, the full body, and here it's like, it's very up close. It's like, I guess it has all the symbolism, but for me, it like cut out a lot of the picture. But anyway, for me, I originally preferred borders, and most tarot enthusiasts, I mean, some of them trim the ends of the cards. They're that passionate about it. But for myself, I kind of recently started to develop a dislike towards borders, but I think much of it developed from other people's dislike of borders. So and I actually had a discussion on eclectictarot.com basically asking sort of that question, and of what are other people's opinions of borders? And someone else said, I didn't really think a thing about it until people complained about borders. But there was something else that someone commented on. I'll use my own personal tarot deck for this. It was that this deck is shuffled. That when you shuffle and kind of do things like this, it's kind of the ends, it's the edges that are going to get hurt when you bridge shuffle. See if I can do it on my lap. Like the borders, it's the sides of the cards that are going to like deal with things. It's like it's the sides of the cards that the fingers that people get their grubby paws onto. It's like the ends that borders protect the image. That was kind of something. Wow. It's like, so when you remove the borders, your fingers, you're kind of making the image more prone to getting damage from your fingers. Because it's like this, your fingers kind of touching the side, it's touching the borders. Remove the border, fingers on the picture. Yeah. So I hadn't really put any thought into that. I mean, not really a big deal. The other comment that people have made is, it depends on the borders. Some borders are fairly nice. Others, kind of annoying. But overall, tarot is probably one of the most subjective things imaginable to talk about. You'll never see two people on complete agreement anywhere concerning tarot. But yeah. So my opinion on borders, kind of differing and from others, but basically, personally, I'm fine with them. I think borders can be a good thing. Thank you for watching. Shalom.